It's a great joy that I have come for the faculty program, that I got an opportunity to meet also the students of this college and the professionals from Mangalore. And I do not know the culture of Mangalore very much because I visited Mangalore long time back and now the second time maybe, but I gone through this airport few times. When I went to UDP and Brahmawar, I went through this airport. The work culture in Mangalore, especially among the IT people or the people working in the corporates and multinational companies, it's almost the same. That I come from Chennai city and I know certain things from Bangalore because I have done some studies among the struggles the IT professionals or the people working in the corporate sectors go through in Bangalore and also in Hyderabad, because our own students, they work in different cities, Hyderabad, Bangalore and Chennai. So with a little bit of experience, I'm not going to speak from the scholarship, I'm not going to speak from the books, and I'm not going to teach or lecture on any theories today, but what I plan to speak is speak from my own experience. My experience with people working in different corporate sectors. My experience with my own students. And my experience with the couple whom I brought them together in holy matrimony, that I solemnized weddings. And the struggles they go through in their family life, and when they come to me, the struggles which people have in their life. So with all these experiences, I want to place before you some of the examples, and also I thought that I will facilitate you to think from this angle. And we take it for granted. One of the things which we do is that we take it for granted. And sometimes we assume that things will happen automatically. And another issue which we face is actually the problems, human problems. Human relation is very unique, and human relationship skill is very important in the days in which we live. Human relation is very unique in the sense that it's a complex relationship. It's definitely different and distinct, different from other animal relationship. That relationship is centered around the sex. That the animals, baby animals and mother animal, they will have the relationship, but the moment the baby animals become adult, it becomes another relationship, they become their partners. So in basically the animal kingdom, the relationship is centered around the sex. But in the human life, if you take that, it's not the case. We have different kinds of relationship. A man will live with several women, mother, wife, daughter, sister, but all of them are women, but relationships are different. The relationship which I have with my mother is different from the relationship which I have with my wife. And definitely the relationship I have with my daughter is different from the relationship which I have with my sister. And the relationship that I have with my fellow worker or the colleague, women colleague in my department is definitely different. So one needs to understand this relationship and allow us to build a kind of skill so that we live peacefully in this world. And let me start with a story for the problems. Problems. In my experience, what I understand that sometimes people make problem out of nothing. Nothing may be there, but they make a huge problem out of it. Let me go to one of the news items from our own state. Actually, this is from Bangalore. Last week it came in the newspaper. A woman got married, and when she came and built a family, that husband and wife, they went into a flat, and she brought 2 dogs from her home. And she said that the dogs will sleep in the bedroom. The husband, that man, was afraid of dogs. That's human nature. Each human is unique. What you like, others may not like. And she is very attached to the dogs, and the husband was afraid of dogs, and he was telling 15 days trying to convince the wife that let's have the dogs outside the bedroom and please send it to your home back, because you are working, I am working, let's not have these 2 dogs. That woman said, no, nothing doing, that I will have my dogs. Then the problem was mounting up, and one day the girl said, no, I want the dogs, I do not want you. And this had happened in Bangalore a week back. The paper news in Times of India, if you see, it has come with the photograph of the dogs. Dogs, the title was Dogs which separated family. Right? Nothing, they say, nothing can become a problem for us. For a human being, nothing can become a problem. And sometimes the attitude towards problem, we make it so huge or magnify it, that becomes greater problem than the real problem. Your attitude towards problem becomes greater problem than your real problem. So let me start with a story. A man got married, and immediately after marriage he was talking to his wife. And when he was talking to his wife, he said that I should have joined the army because of a problem. I did not join the army. But the wife became very curious and asked him, what was that problem? Why did you join the army? Then he started explaining. He said, if I join the army, there are two problems. Either I will become an officer or I will become a soldier. If I become an officer, no problem. If I become a soldier, there are two problems. Either I will work in the office or I will go to the battlefield. If I work in the office, no problem. If I go to the battlefield, there are two problems. Either I'll go in the front line or I'll sit at the back and give command. If I sit at the back and give command, no problem. If I go in the front line, there are two problems. Either enemies will kill me or I'll kill the enemies. If I kill the enemies, no problem. If enemies kill me, there are two problems. Either they'll bury my body or cremate my body. If they cremate my body, no problem. If they bury my body, there are two problems. Either a bush will grow on my grave or a tree will grow. If a bush grows, no problem. If a tree grows, there are again two problems. Either the tree will be cut by the timber merchant or the tree will be cut for the paper industry. If the tree is cut by the timber merchant, no problem. If it is cut for paper industry, again there are two problems. Either they will make writing paper or they will make tissue paper. If they make writing paper, no problem. If they make tissue paper, again there are two problems. Either boys will use it or girls will use it. If boys use it, no problem. If girls use it, I feel very shy. And therefore, I did not join the army. So this I tell you to realize that we have people who create problem out of nothing. Most of the human problems, if you analyze your own friend circle, I see many young people here. Young people, you can understand easily that nothing will be there, but somebody will create a huge problem. And that will get magnified, and one day it becomes very great. You can't control it. You can't control it. So this is how we face in this world, that we have people, because we have so much of pressure, we make problems out of nothing. Anything becomes problem. We are not normal in sometimes, that we are not normal to understand the real problem as it is. We have so much of pressure that everything becomes huge for us. And sometimes the solutions you have for the problems also vary, from each angle you try to bring in some solution, and finally you do not know which is the right one. We are lost. One man will suggest something, the other one suggests something else, and your family members will say something else, and you are lost in that process. Let me give you one small problem that let me see how you solve it. You listen very carefully. This is a problem story. This is a story sum. Very simple story. Don't write down. Don't calculate. Listen to my story and answer the question. Okay? So I'll start. A farmer goes to a market and he buys a pair of bulls for 600 rupees. How much? 600 rupees. He comes home and his wife says that we don't need these bulls. Go and sell it back. I will not allow you to bring this in. So poor farmer goes back to the market and he sold it for 700 rupees. How much? 700. Then on the way he met his friend, and the friend asked him, why did you sell it? You can use it for your cultivation. You can improve your farming. You can increase your income. They are very good. Then he was convinced. He went back again, bought it for 800 rupees. How much? 800. Same wife standing in the door says, you cannot enter unless you sell the bull. So he goes back again, sold it for 900. Bought it for 600, sold it for 700, bought it for 800, sold it for 900. What is the profit? What is the loss for the farmer? No profit, no loss. Somebody said 100. A very simple problem. You give me the answer. Somebody said, no profit, no loss. How many of you agree with that? How many of you agree with this answer? No profit, no loss. Please raise your hand. Yeah. 300 loss. 300 profit or loss. 600 becomes 900. Oh, loss. 300 loss, no profit, no loss. Any other answer? Somebody said 100. Somebody is 100. You go for 100. Yeah, 100 is also good. You know that bought it for 600, sold it for 700. How much is the profit? 100. Then again bought it for 800. That 100 goes. Finally sold it for 900. 100 profit. Is that right? 300 profit. Who says that? And 300 loss. So we have several answers now. You have to decide which one you want to take for this problem. No profit, no loss. 100, 300 loss, 300 profit. Isn't it any other answer? Any other? No loss, no profit, 100, 100 profit, 100 loss. Which one we have to accept now? We'll accept 100? Huh? How is 300 loss, brother? Can you give the mic to him here? Yeah, we'll listen to him. You are from which? You are from the college?
Yes.
Yeah, you can introduce yourself.
I am from Seniors College.
Okay. Do you?
What?
What's your course?
MSW.
MSW, very good, excellent. Yeah, tell me, brother.
First we bought it for 600.
600.
Finally bought again for 900.
Sold it for 900.
Finally sold.
No, 900. Then 300 profit, you know.
Yes, profit.
Profit. See? Fraction of second he changed the answer. Solution to the problem. That's good. Wonderful trial. Anybody else wants to explain? No, anybody else you can try. Try out any other answer apart from these four. Now for one is ruled out. Anybody still believes in three?